From booking to port, a complete breakdown of global container shipping right now. Somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, a ship the size of a skyscraper laid on its side is moving at 22 knots carrying 20,000 metal boxes, and nobody's panicking about it. This is the most normal thing in the world, and most people have no idea how it works. Today we're going to change that. I'll walk you through every step of how a container moves from a factory floor to your doorstep, and why the system is far more fragile than it looks. Why container shipping changed everything. Before 1956, loading a ship was a nightmare. Longshoremen hand-carried loose cargo piece by piece. A ship might spend more time in port than at sea. Theft was rampant. Damage was constant. Then, a trucker named Malcolm McLean invented the standardized shipping container. One box, same size, fits on a ship, a truck, a train. You could move cargo without touching the goods inside. The result? Shipping costs collapsed. Global trade exploded. Today, around 90% of world trade by volume moves by sea, and container ships are the reason why. The full journey. Let's follow a single container. Let's say it's carrying running shoes made in Vietnam, ordered by a retailer in Sweden. Step 1. Booking. The factory contacts a freight forwarder, a specialist who arranges transport on their behalf. The forwarder books a slot on a ship operated by a major carrier like Maersk, MSC, or CMA-CGM. This is done weeks in advance. The ship runs on a fixed schedule, like a bus line, just a very large, slow bus. Step 2. Stuffing the container. The shoes are packed into a 40-foot container at or near the factory. A 40-foot container is 12 meters long and can hold about 25 tons of cargo. Everything is documented. A packing list, a commercial invoice, and most importantly, the bill of lading. That document is the legal title to the goods. Whoever holds it owns the cargo. Step 3. Inland transport to port. The sealed container is picked up by a truck and driven to the nearest port, in this case, Ho Chi Minh City. This leg is often the most expensive per kilometer. Roads are congested, infrastructure varies, and the last mile to port can add days to the journey. Step 4. Port operations. At the terminal, the container joins thousands of others waiting in the yard. A terminal operating system tracks every box by its unique ID. When the vessel arrives, a load plan dictates exactly where each container goes on the ship. Weight, stability, hazardous goods separation, and discharge sequence at the next port all factor in. Step 5. Loading and departure. Ship-to-shore cranes lift containers from the quay to the vessel at a rate of roughly 25 to 30 moves per hour. A large ship might take 24 to 48 hours to fully load and unload. Then it departs on schedule. Containers are not. If your cargo isn't ready, it waits for the next sailing. Step 6. Ocean transit. Our container from Vietnam heads west, through the Strait of Malacca, across the Indian Ocean, through the Suez Canal, and into the Mediterranean, arriving at Rotterdam roughly 28 to 35 days later. The captain and operations team optimize the route daily based on weather, fuel prices, and port windows. Slow steaming, deliberately reducing speed, is common to cut fuel costs. Fuel is the single biggest operating expense for a vessel. Step 7. Discharge and customs. In Rotterdam, the container is unloaded, scanned for security, and released to customs. If documents are in order, customs clearance takes hours. If something's wrong HS code, missing certificate, flagged for inspection, it can take days. This is where a lot of supply chain managers lose sleep. Step 8. Final leg to Sweden. From Rotterdam, the container goes by truck or rail to Sweden, where the shoes are received at a distribution center, picked, packed, and finally delivered to stores or end customers. Why the system breaks. This 8-step process involves at least a dozen separate organizations: the factory, freight forwarder, trucking company, port terminal, shipping line, customs authority, destination terminal, and final carrier. Each one is a potential failure point. When COVID hit in 2020, demand for goods spiked while ports were understaffed. Containers piled up at the wrong ports. Ships couldn't unload. The entire system jammed, and it took 18 months to recover. The Ever Given blocking the Suez Canal in 2021 for 6 days cost an estimated $9 billion per day in delayed trade. One ship, 6 days. That's the fragility hidden inside a system that looks incredibly robust from the outside. Takeaways container shipping is one of the greatest engineering and logistics achievements in human history, and most people have no idea it exists. Every step in the chain is optimized, but optimized for efficiency, not resilience. That means when disruptions hit, they hit hard and fast. Understanding how this system works is the first step to understanding why your supply chain behaves the way it does, and how to make it better. Follow Logify It for weekly breakdowns of supply chain and logistics.